and gentle goats. I'm the Dungeon Master, these are the Dirty Goat Gang, and this whole thing is a mess. Welcome to Capra D&Diem. We are starting the official first session of the Fairy Tale campaign. We'll do a brief intro here. I'm Madison, again, Dungeon Master, and if I was a flightless bird, I would be an emu, because emus started a war in New Zealand back in the 80s and almost won. So, yes. Who's next?
Go next. I am AJ. I'll be playing the buff witch in this D&D session. And if I was a flightless bird, I would be a kiwi, because I equally deserve to be eaten by most mammals and basic white women.
I guess I'll go next. I'm TJ. I'll be playing our pig barbarian, Brick. And if I was a flightless bird, I guess I would say I'm a dodo, because I don't understand the limitations of my own mortality.
Pretty sure someone else already took Dodo.
Oh, I wasn't told what we were doing.
The betrayal of it all.
I didn't know what. I just heard we were doing flightless birds this morning, and I'm like, oh.
Now I'm unprepared. Shit.
I'm sorry,
okay.
man. That's my bad. My bad.
Flightless birds. Go.
So the repeat from last time.
Go. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I'll have to get on the page next time.
So I'm playing William. If I were a flightless bird, I would be a blue-footed booby, because they had the right idea getting away from everyone else.
The booby.
Also boobs.
Yeah, that too.
Hell yeah.
I'm Ben. I play Jed. I would be a penguin, because they are born looking snazzy in their tuxedos.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call myself the Betrayal Master.
You ever think someone's taking the time to put a tuxedo t-shirt on a penguin?
I mean,
somebody had to have.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, if
I've
I had
definitely
access to a
seen
penguin.
penguins in bow ties.
In
Yeah,
real
I've seen
tuxes,
that
I've seen
for
them in
sure.
real tuxes, but
Like-
never a tuxedo t-shirt.
Yeah, I've never seen a
Oh.
tuxedo t-shirt. I've seen real tuxes and bow ties.
They are
And that's
the
like
original
tuxedo t-shirts, the logical next evolution. That's
Right.
like big brain.
I mean, we're just taking the
Manners.
penguin, making them douchey frat bros now.
And what more could you
I
want?
wouldn't say that a penguin wasn't a douchey frat bro before.
Yeah, we're
'Cause-
we're showing it what it truly is.
Yeah, all penguins do all day is they walk around, they eat, and they honk at ladies. Like, that's pure douchey frat bro if I've ever seen one.
Don't forget, they like to give their ladies, their special lady friends, pretty rocks as well.
Which, mad respect. Who doesn't want just like a nice little pebble every now and then?
Yep.
Nice piece of gravel.
Clearly, my wife, when I asked her to marry me the first time, I tried giving her a fucking piece of slate, or what is it, shit. Anyways, I tried giving her just a regular rock, and she was like, that's not how this works. And I was like, mates for life? And she was like, no. I had to
Mates
buy a
for life
prettier
or
rock.
nah?
All right.
I feel
where
like
you're
in the
at.
human world, giving your female companion pretty rocks is just an invitation for them to throw them at you.
That was the most alien thing I've ever heard anyone say.
Yeah.
In the human world, giving your female companion pretty rocks for throwing?
Oh, you didn't know I'm a reptilian?
I mean, I kind of thought so, but then I was like, nah, maybe he just needs some lotion.
Everything I
I don't
say
want
is
to be
just
rude.
a crude attempt to assimilate into the human population.
All right, Jacob. Did you get your Google search on?
Well, I guess it's kind of fitting I'm a turkey because apparently I had no idea it was going to happen. But I got fucked over and stuffed all at the same time.
Hell yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
The human practice of stuffing
Oh my
bread
God.
inside of a bird's ass and then pulling it out to eat it still
Just
baffles
remember,
me.
I'm currently a turkey, and I do not need you to talk about my butthole like that.
Honestly, when you bring it up like that is like, who was the first person to think like, hey, this bread would taste really good if I put it in this turkey's ass?
The damn turkey just keeps collapsing. How do we keep it the
I'm not
same?
even gonna
I
lie.
think that was pretty much it. I think it was just like, yo, we need to cook this stuff, and we don't have a whole lot of space in the stove.
I'm not even gonna lie. 50% of the reptilian agenda, figuring out who invented stuffing.
Other
the top of
50%,
the top of the itinerary.
All right, so
It
I don't
is.
know.
It very much is. The other
I don't know how
50% is
good
world
my-
domination. How did you not figure that one out?
My physical dice is.
oh
That's
no,
good
I
to
just
know.
assumed it was figuring out how lotion works. Because y'all are ashy, bro.
We don't need lotion. We have scales.
It doesn't change the fact that you're ashy.
Alrighty.
So I am Chelsea, and if I was a flightless bird, I would be a kakapo, which is from New Zealand. And according to this article, I too am fat, flightless, and funny. So
Dodo
Same.
2.0.
yeah, so I also look like
That's a
God's
mood.
mistake. So
That's a mood for sure.
Oh no.
that bird looks like it should not be. It's like it's a lot to look at, and I love it very much.
So I'm just gonna put this out there, guys. Chelsea definitely passes the vibe check. I think.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. That's truly all I wanted.
It's like my whole life I've just been.
I've been preparing for this day, like the Mulan
Acceptance.
training montage, like, but just for vibes. So
The reverse Mulan I'm pulling off right now. It's pretty dope.
oh hell yeah.
I'll make a woman out of you.
You look like a lady
Oh
about
my
town.
god. My
Like you
dice.
look like
Well,
I'm gonna get judged by you hardcore, and I'm into it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
Hey, Karen.
what I was going for. No, definitely not a Karen because I wouldn't
like
ask to talk to someone's manager.
More like a Susan.
Yeah, Susan. Where I'm
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
look
be
like
like,
the manager would come out automatically to like just like check
Just
in on you and be like, "Hey, you want anything
preemptively.
extra?
Is there anything I
No.
can do?
that's
Can
the
I get
thing.
you can I get you spring water? Like
See, a
Would
Susan
you like some
walks out,
Perrier?
and they
Yeah.
just assume that she already owns the boutique that you're in. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Like,
there it
that's the
is.
power of a Susan.
definitely,
need a
definitely.
manager, she
Big
is the
Susan
manager.
energy over here.
Susan is the lady at the counter you hate and can't stand, and you ask to see the manager, and they bring the manager out, and they're like, "What did you ask me for?"
But,
You
well, I
just give
just
her the
wanted
world.
to give you
She
a raise.
is terrible. Well, she owns the place, so I don't know what you want me to do.
She's just in there like she doesn't. I don't own the place.
Yeah, she's like, I've literally never been here before, but I will not correct you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get started. For any of our listeners and viewers, even though there was really nothing to view with the first session, you will very easily notice that we have a new voice in the chat, welcoming Chelsea. She will be joining the session today with a new character. So we will all be meeting a little later on. So just a quick preview or recap of last session. Each character got introduced to the world of Fairy Talez. Let's see, we'll go Ben's character, Jed, the druid gnome, helped out his mentor, Merle, the wizard, with a teleportation to a new world, and it worked, and he woke up after falling through the portal to a bunch of gremlins pretty much attacking him. And then he
it
was
worked out pretty poorly.
knocked out. And then woke up in front of a house and was taken inside to be cared for after almost dying. And then AJ, or Christina, and her small companion knight, Sir Fibian, were out doing some daily chores for the swamp hag that they were being apprenticing under, and ran into a fun young fairy gentleman who went by Puck, or Robin Goodfellow, and received a special set of crystal necklace that has somehow given Christina powers in some shape or form. And then she was sent off to go figure out things elsewhere because the hag refused to help her now. And she made her way to the Redcap Inn to potentially look for help to help get her curse broken. And then Jacob, who plays CTPO, the automatron, clockwork automatron, was off on a errand for the wizard Merle in the...
It was a menial task. It wasn't supposed to be hard.
Yep, not at all. He sent him off to go meet someone known as, I believe, the White Rabbit at an inn near Neverwinter, where instead he got lured into the woods by a pretty glowing light and then attacked by a wolf. Before...
Never do your drug deals hand to hand. You always send someone in between.
Yep.
Especially if they're a clueless robot.
Where he was attacked by a wolf, and then he discovered that he had some sort of magical abilities when defending himself, and then fell in through a portal that brought him to this big house that looked all kinds of crazy. And unbeknownst to him, he's in a whole new realm. And then we got to meet our friend Brick Pork as him and his brothers and Red Riding Hood tried to fight off the big bad wolf. Unfortunately, Brick's eldest brother, Styx, was very badly injured.
That wolf's gonna die.
And after recovering and being defeated by the wolf, the crew decided that it was best if they found someone to help, and Brick volunteered to go off and try to find some adventurers to come back and help them defeat the big bad wolf. And then, last but not least, Sir William, the paladin, sworn to the Queen Mary of the world, set off on his first task as a sworn oath, or a paladin sworn to his new queen, with the man known as the Huntsman, where he got to watch and then get forced into torturing somebody, and said, "Nah, that's not for me," and dipped very quickly after that, and managed to make his way to the inn where we now find all of our adventurers.
I would like to note that Sir William did the right thing and buried the body of the tortured man.
He did. Very
I'd
unexpected.
like to note
and
that
I liked
Ben
it.
just died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ben's
I'm
gone.
Sir William will bury him as well.
Thank you.
Hey, there's Ben.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
still curious to see
Also-
what Ben looks like now.
Hey, Ben, are you gonna be on camera? What's the deal here, bud?
No,
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying
figure that out
his
for a
character, because didn't his character go through like a metamorphosis?
kinda. Just a little bit.
Quick point. This
so-
is incredibly uncomfortable dress. I gotta be honest, guys. I don't
Wait,
know
are you?
how
I just
guys
thought you were
do it.
wearing a t-shirt. Are you legitimately wearing
Oh
a
no,
No.
this is a dress. Yeah, this is a dress.
You guys thought my brother wasn't gonna go the extra mile?
Oh, you thought I was just
we know balls
t-shirt,
him.
t-shirt, fucking Afghan glass. No, this is
I'm
a
sure.
dress.
I'm sure you didn't even. I'm sure you didn't even have to know
Fun
balls
fact,
in. I'm sure this was the
it's a
plan from the
pretty
beginning.
it's a fairly
Probably.
short dress too, so like I had to wear pants with it
Ooh.
because if I
Excuse
didn't,
me, ma'am, your balls are
it was
showing.
gonna be a problem. Exactly.
Yeah, Susan is
You
definitely
do.
getting
But
getting
I gotta
tried
be
with our
honest.
manager.
Like this is so much tighter around the chest area than it ever needs to be. This is
But I mean, it
unhealthy.
shows off
This
your
is
curves.
It
Like,
lifts
I'm
and supports. I mean,
yeah.
I
it's doing
don't
everything
need
it's supposed
lift
to.
or support, but
Well,
like
you
if
But
I
got
you're
it.
getting
had
it
actual
anyway.
fucking yabos around here, like I could not imagine. Like I got titties, so this is tight with no titties. Imagine if I had titties. This, I don't know how you breathe. I don't know how you breathe normally.
Welcome
Oh, we
to the
don't.
world of
look
women.
look good enough at,
We
or close enough to a
photosynthesize.
human female that you passed the reptilian sniff test. I would have assumed you were a woman.
Yeah, if you start sniffing me, bro, you're gonna have to buy me dinner at least. Like,
AJ looks like the big bad wolf in Red Rising. Like he's sitting there.
Oh my grandma, what big arms you have!
I'll be like, the better to hug you with. No, I'm not buff. Like I'm buff enough for what I do for a living. I definitely am not gym buff. I've always wanted to do that.
Hey, but that dress makes your
Yeah.
arms look fucking massive.
It does. I was about to say
Yeah.
you look muscular as hell,
I
bro.
mean, you might have to
It
pick out a
does
couple
not.
more dresses. This might
Back
be the
to
look.
Goodwill.
Well, so this is the only one of my wife's dresses that I can fit in. So
So what
I
you're
can't
saying
imagine
is
that.
you tried on multiple dresses.
Oh yeah, there was a flowery one that I thought was
He
gonna
went
go
window
way better.
shopping.
You definitely-
Well,
In the
no, she
closet.
like, I was like, babe, I was like, how many dresses do you have? And she's like, here's all my dresses. And I'm like, which of these would be the best for me to wear during D&D? And she's like, probably the one with flowers. Since they're only gonna
Wait,
see the top half
back-
of you, they need to know that they're yeah.
Back up. So she just said, "Oh, probably this one." She didn't question anything else.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
She knows him well
I would
enough.
do
I
the
guess-
exact same
They-
thing.
I mean-
I would just be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Props, mad props.
To be fair, I'd probably alter a dress. I would be like, oh well, we got to make it look cute. Like,
Well, I was gonna.
if you're gonna wear one of my dresses on camera, we got to make the fit impeccable. Like,
Well, that's why we had to go with this one because it's the only one I could squeeze into. You know what I mean? Like the rest of them.
yeah.
This is actually a very stretchy material, and I've got it like at the maximum stretch right now.
Well, it's worth it.
I also
The fit-
can't
the
lift
fit
my
is
arms
there.
up because I have hairy ass armpits. So like that throws the whole illusion out. Also, I didn't shave.
Says who?
Try the
Awesome.
wax. I heard that's the quickest and easiest way to go.
No.
Oh no, dude. Well, I
No.
normally shave my pits. I just haven't for a while. Like normally, I have shaven pits. Like that just makes sense as a man.
Cool.
Because like when you think about when you're cuddling with your woman, right? She's right in here. So why would she want a big old fucking bush just like in her nose and mouth area?
I mean,
Like
if you're not gonna shave, at least trim.
Right.
I
I
mean,
mean, there's that.
It's
That's
your
fine
it's
too.
your body hair, your choice, my guy.
Right.
And
Well,
and
I,
same for
like-
her.
Yeah, ever since I was like 16, I've always shaved my pits because I'm like, one time my wife was like, oh, your pit hair is like in my ear or something. We were cuddling and I was like, yep, they're gone forever now. But I haven't shaven in like a week. It's gross. So I just got like long, hairy armpit hair. It's a sin. It's a fucking cardinal sin.
Okie doke. So we're gonna get started now.
Wait, what are we here to do? I forgot.
Why were we? Wait, yeah.
We're not here to play
This-
Dungeons and
it-
Dragons
this-
at
this-
all.
we
We're
were-
here to talk about
isn't it
ages.
We
been
were here to
session?
blur gender roles is what we're here to do.
Hell yeah.
Take down the patriarchy.
Episode 2, and we're just gonna start chipping away.
Okay.
Let's go.
Madison's already exhausted. She's like, oh,
I am.
no.
It's just I was prepared for this too. Apparently, still not enough.
Nobody's ready.
Okay.
No one is safe.
So, upon
Awesome.
entering the Red Cat B&B, our player characters find themselves in a house of chaos. A long table holds a spread of many different types of pastries and sandwiches for all the guests to feast on. On one end of the bench of the table sits William Stallings. CTPO is on the other, watching in curiosity as a blonde-haired woman sits across from him, arguing with a small frog in armor over which foods taste better.
I'm taking exquisite notes. 'Cause I've never seen a talking frog.
You also notice the large crystal necklace that sits upon her neck, and for some reason you can feel a energy radiating off of it, but you're not quite familiar with the origins of that energy would be. A young girl with red hair smiles silently as she refills the teacups and the mugs on the table. A purple striped cat lounges in the air above a chair at one end of the table, where a man with orange hair sits below him, chatting loudly with a rather large brown rabbit, both gulping down large amounts of tea and food. Jed, you are up in a room, and you wake up after getting some night's rest, after waking up the day before in front of this house, badly beaten up. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna go up to CTPO because he's the only one I know here.
So you walk into the room and you see the golden gears of the automatron friend that you know pretty well sitting at a table.
Yeah. We do our secret handshake.
Bet.
Yeah, pretty poorly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang out with him.
Sounds good to
So
me.
CTPO, you look and you see a small gnome who looks familiar, but for some reason he looks a little more green than you remember, and he has wings, which is definitely new.
Well, before I shake his hand or do our handshake or anything like that, he sees me just staring and scribbling. Just, Ben?
Hey, what's up, dude? Help me up onto this chair? I'm pretty short.
Yeah. Now help him onto the chair. I'm still just scribbling notes. Look, are you okay? Good?
I feel great.
Some,
What do you mean? Are you okay?
we'll get back to that. First, have you seen
about
yourself?
I mean, I might have gone through some changes. I have wings now that you can see. Can't really fly with them, turned out. But yeah, all in all, pretty good.
Is he dirty? Is he kind of like still messed up and like not cleaned up or anything?
I don't. I guess, Jed, that's up to you. Did you wash up after waking up, or did you just come?
I think I kicked off the big chunks of dirt, but I'm still a pretty dirty normally person.
Okay. So, what I will do is, without knowing it, but when we do our handshake, I'll actually cast. Oh, I didn't mean to put that in the chat. Prestidigitation, and it'll clean them up.
Oh, thanks, man.
So as you
And I'm shocked by it. I'm like, hey! This keeps happening, and it's always different.
Well, that was different. Let's
It's not
just
the
order
first.
some fucking bar nachos.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, so you, Jed, you sit at the table and start digging into the food while you and TPO kind of discuss like what's happened to you so far, how you both ended up there, and then we'll turn to William, who's sitting at the other end of the table, kind of quietly by himself, observing the room.
What type of food are these people eating?
So there's a little bit of everything. There's like finger sandwiches and crumpets and cupcakes and.
So not
cakes.
breakfast foods.
No, not really. It's
Okay, good. He kind of looks around the room. He sees the robot and the gnome hanging out. He doesn't. He's kind of apathetic towards everything. He's still trying to figure out what's going on in his head, so he's just gonna keep to himself for a little while.
Right, the young red-haired girl walks up to you, and she's holding a jug full of water, and she kind of like nods towards your cup.
And just kind of nods back.
She fills your cup up with some water and smiles at you and walks away. AJ, Christina.
All right, so if we're arguing, me and the frog, so I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like,
seriously, I keep telling you, the crunchy bugs are the best. They taste the best. They have the best mouthfeel.
Princess, there's virtually no nutrition in a completely carapace-based insect. You need to get the slimy ones because you need to get your daily calories for the. Excuse me, Mr. Clock, why are you staring at me? Can I help you?
No, please, just continue with what you're doing. I'm just taking notes.
I'd like to continue. Can you continue to not make eye contact with me? That would be nice.
I wasn't making eye contact with you until
You're
you
being
looked this
rude.
way.
All right? He is just
Curious.
taking in the scenery. All right? You're a good-looking frog. You should be used to this by now.
You're
I'm not a
unique.
good-looking frog. I am a warrior, and I would appreciate it if the people at this table would treat me as such.
I am.
Whatever. Jesus, just calm down. You're embarrassing me in front of everyone.
I'm not here to make you look good. I'm here to keep you safe.
Jesus.
And that'll be about that. Continuing on, we move forward.
That was better than I thought it would be. Oh my goodness. So, as you were all kind of chit-chatting and observing and arguing over bugs and such, the white rabbit that most of you have met in some shape or form at this point is nervously standing in the doorway of the dining hall, kind of looking down at his watch that he keeps in his little hand. And everyone in the room roll a perception check.
Click clacks.
Ooh, what would it? Is that just a D20?
TJ, don't worry about it yet. You are not yet in the
I'm not here. But when you say stuff like that, is it just a D20 though?
Yes.
16.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
It's been a while
14.
since I've used real dice.
So you all kind of note. I guess Aaron, you would be the only one you don't really notice it, but the rest of you kind of notice the white rabbit like perks up, his ears like straighten up, and he turns his head and he quickly walks out of the room without a word. And then a moment later, you hear him talking, and you hear, hurry, come, sit, you're late. Go find a seat. And you see this very large, like 6 foot tall, 300-pound pig man. He's dirty, he's carrying a trident over his shoulder, with a bag over his other shoulder, and walks in the room. And Brick, you walk in the room and you see Christina and her frog companion sitting at one side of the table, still bickering. You see a clockwork automatron sitting next to a small gnome with wings, both like whispering to each other, and you see the automatron making notes constantly as different things are happening around him. You see a human man in some armor sitting quietly at one other table, keeping to himself. And there's one open spot for you at the table that the white rabbit kind of like rushes you towards.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go sit down and just kind of look around at everybody and be like, I'm gonna squeal in like a pig thing and be like, so what's the problem here? And then
You go to look around at people, you see me staring at you, writing notes. Like, what in the hell is going on today? It's my
yeah, and I'm
It's
like,
gonna
I
puff
look
up
over, I
real
look
big.
over at him. I'm like, what's with the book?
It's notes.
I'm gonna scoot closer to the pig because pigs are more interesting to me than a robot.
Oh,
Goodbye.
William started to feel a little crowded, so he kind of grabs his glass of water and backs away from the table.
I'm gonna just kind of continue eating, but Fibian's gonna be all puffed up, big frog style on my shoulder, just staring pork down.
I'm gonna look him right in the face and be like, I'm just gonna stare at him and give off like a mean school like grunt in a pig thing. I can't do pig noises, or I would.
He's gonna hit you with one of those frog noises, the things that those fucking frogs do when they puff up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's ready to catch smoke if you're trying to be about that. Just so you know.
I'm just gonna keep staring at this frog. Me and him are gonna have like the meanest staring contest while stuff goes down.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do one of these because I just don't want people to acknowledge that I'm with this frog.
So as you all are kind of like feeling each other out, you know, eyeing each other from around the table, the red-haired man in the hat with the large brown rabbit at the end of the table are still just chattering away, drinking their tea, laughing. The white rabbit at this point had walked to the back into the back kitchen areas out of the room, and has quickly walked in. And as you all are sitting there, still feeling each other out, the white rabbit clears his throat loudly, and as he's trying to get everybody's attention, you notice that the hatter and the other rabbit are still loudly laughing and clattering and completely ignoring the white rabbit. As the white rabbit continues to be like,
I guess I'll look over at the white rabbit while somehow keeping an eye on the frog.
His eyes just go two different directions. And then Sir Fibian does the exact same thing.
After a few more seconds of the white rabbit continuously clearing his throat, finally the purple striped cat rolls in the air, tumbling in front of the hatter, and says, "Friends, our white rabbit here has some words." And
I already like this cat.
and the hatter and the other rabbit sigh and kind of clean themselves up and turn their attention to the white rabbit. The cat continues to tumble slowly in the air as he floats over the table, snatches up a cake that he takes a bite out of, and Christina, as he passes in front of you, he gives you a big old wink before he...
Can I pet him while he passes by?
You can try. Go ahead and
Yeah,
roll
I'll
a
do it.
dex.
That is a... Oh god. This is 17, and then my modifier, if I have one, is 2, so 19?
So as you reach out to kind of try to pet him, right as you get, like, you touch, like, the top of his head, he disappears. And then reappears over the shoulder of the white rabbit. And he, the white rabbit looks at you all and says, "Oh, I'm so glad you all could finally make it here. We have much to do, and I have much to tell you. Oh, there's so much chaos going on. Oh, where to start? I'm sure you've been told the reason that you're all here. and he kind of looks around to see any confirmation from
I'm
anybody.
gonna slam my fist on the
Nope.
table and be like, that damn wolf almost killed my brother.
The white rabbit kind of jumps as you slam your fist on the table, and he's like, "Wolf? No. I mean, yes, the wolf, the big bad wolf is very much a problem in the realm currently, but no. We needed you here for a much more important reason. You see, our queen, she's she's gone a bit," and then he's interrupted by the orange-haired man. He's like, "She's gone a bit mad, if I do say so myself." And then him and the brown rabbit just burst out laughing, cackling at the inside joke that they seem to have together. You see the white rabbit kind of trembles a little bit and gives a it's like, "You two are impossible." No. Oh, okay. Well, you see, our queen, yes, she's gone mad, it seems. And we were hoping that you all would be able to, well, break her curse. And he just kind of looks around the room at you all.
I'm gonna look at him and
I don't know about your queen's curse, but I'm here to get rid of my own curse. So, I mean, what's in this for me, honestly? Because I have my own kingdom to worry about.
Christina, go ahead and roll a raw wisdom.
A 2 plus 0, so a 2.
So, as you say that, you suddenly hear this whispering that comes up into your ear, and you kind of feel like a chill go through you. And you just get this like sensation like you don't need to be here, and this is not what you need. But then all of a sudden as that thought kind of crosses with that dark, cold whispers, then you get another feeling of warmth that says, no. Maybe by helping others, you can help yourself.
I'm just gonna kind of sit there for a second. Just kind of doing this.
Sir Fabian kind of gives you like a weird look, because you kind of zoned out as this whispering kind of consumed you.
So I'm gonna look at Sir Fabian and be like, well, I mean, maybe helping them will work out for us. What do you think?
honestly, Princess, I think you're homeless and they're letting you stay here, so maybe we should help them.
That's a fair.
And then I'm just gonna kind of pipe down.
CTPO, roll a perception check. With advantage, because I say you're pretty interested
God. Dirty 20.
Okay, so
It's much better than the 5.
during after Christina had said, like, I have my own curse to worry about, and you kind of noticed her necklace started glowing. First, the wintry blue crystal on one side of the necklace that's wrapped around the other crystal kind of glowed a little bit. And you even felt like a cold energy coming from it. And then after a second, the red, or the like gold crystal started glowing, and you felt a little bit of warm energy come from it. And then you watched as Christina kind of like froze as the necklace on her neck like glowed with some kind of magical energy.
That's curious. I'll write that down for later.
So the white rabbit says, well, I guess this could help you with your curse, princess, as you know, we haven't quite figured out yet how to break our queen's curse, but we do know of a young prince in a kingdom not too far from here who, he managed to save his queen, or his princess, from a curse before she could, go mad. We were hoping you would all go to him and figure out how to get the information to break his curse and bring it back to us.
William kind of looks at them and says, "How far away is this prince, and how long will this take? I can't linger long."
He looks at you and kind of gives you a knowing look, like he knows what you've gone through. He knows more than you probably realize he knows. And he says, "Well, you'd have to cross through the lands of the Queen Mary, but not too far, just past her realm." And he pulls out this item, and you should all be able to see a map now.
Not yet.
It's just a blank page for me.
Same.
Same.
Okay.
But with the work of
Same.
movie magic, post-production, it'll be whatever I want.
Oh my goodness, why am I blanking on the web? I don't know why. It's not.
In the meantime, should our characters be introducing themselves to each other?
Yeah, so
I wasn't quite done with that interaction with the rabbit.
yeah, I'll come back to the map, but he does hand you a map, and points. It's off to the east, which doesn't take you it won't take you directly past the castle, but it will take you probably like a day's worth of travel through the woods of the land that is owned by the Queen Mary.
So I'm basically turning around.
Yes.
So he looks up at the rabbit and he says, "What? I can't go back that way. Why should I? I can't turn around. Why don't I just go hop on my horse and keep riding the same way I was going? I'd like to help you, but I'm not sure I can stand being back that way."
So as you you can kind of feel yourself starting to get agitated, and like your heart's like kind of racing. You're starting to panic a little bit with the thought of having to go back that way. And in front of you, the Cheshire Cat kind of reappears, and he says, "Friend, you don't need to fear the Queen Mary just yet, for her attentions have turned otherwise, including her dark companion." And then he kind of gives you a big ol' grin, Cheshire Cat grin, and then rolls away, just kind of floating lazily in the air. And then the White Rabbit looks to you all and says, the most important thing about finding this prince and figuring out how to break this curse is that it will hopefully lead to the finding of the fairy godmother, for she has been all the princesses and queens that are troubled by this new curse. She is the one who truly knows how to break it. So maybe by finding this prince, you'll find the fairy godmother as well. And then as he says that, you guys kind of hear a bang come from like the front of the house, and he kind of turns and says, "Oh, excuse me," and hurries out of the room to go see what the noise was about. And you guys kind of look at each other, and
I kind of want to follow him.
Well, Christina's gonna look at everybody, and she's gonna be like,
So, if we're gonna be traveling together, a little bit about me. I am.
I'm
and
gonna
so
interrupt
Vivian's
her. I'm gonna be like,
kinda-
"Who's this frog?"
and he's gonna look you right in the face, and he's gonna go, I am Vivian, sworn royal knight of the froggy wetlands, and you are in the presence of her grace herself, Princess Christina de Gonia, and you will show her your respect. And he's gonna puff his chest back up.
I go, oh my god, Vivian.
I'm just gonna
seriously."
grunt and I'm gonna be like, "She can have all my respect, but you, I don't know about you." And then
And
I'm
you
gonna
don't
kind of, I'm
want
gonna.
to, boy. And then he's gonna puff up his chest even bigger.
I'm
Show
gonna,
his big
like-
shiny emblem on his plate mail.
I'm just gonna stand up and I'm imagining he's standing.
Will you
I'm
calm
imagining
down?
he's on the table, right? Are you on the table or on your shoulder?
No, he's still on my shoulder.
Okay. And I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of stand up and look at him and be like, "You're nothing," and then walk away and
Oh,
start
wow.
heading towards the sound. I'm
I
not
think I'm
ready.
gonna follow the buff pig.
Boy, don't you turn your back to me! And he's gonna jump at you, and he's gonna bite you. And that's where he's at now. Because, I mean, he's a very small frog. But yes.
So you're trying to attack him. Alright,
And
you two roll initiative.
Oh, yes.
I got a 2 on initiative.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Alright, so Brick, as you stand up to go follow the white rabbit, you hear this small frog essentially declare battle and leap at you. What do you do as this small frog with a little sword leaps at you?
Can I turn around and
Well-
try and catch him in my hand?
I would make an argument that his back's turned and he's walking away. I
Yeah.
should get a surprise round.
I feel like AJ would get advantage on that attack.
Well, did you wait until he
Surprise.
turned around and walked away, or just as he started to stand
He did
up?
tell me not to turn my back towards him. So I would say I was turned around already.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
My dice rolled itself. I got a 15 plus whatever. And I don't know what amphibians to hit increase is. I don't know what he has.
Well,
plus
you
on
hit me
his.
anyways. My AC is 14.
Oh, really? It seems low.
Yeah.
Bigger AC. But yeah, alright. So amphibian is going to land on his shoulder and bite his ear.
Okay. I guess. So he's biting. I did not put a bite attack in amphibian's stuff, so.
Yeah, that's why I did it, because I think last time we established that his bites don't hurt because he doesn't have teeth.
Yeah.
Small frog.
So you just feel like a clamp down on your ear there as the small frog leaps at you.
And I feel like I kind of just want to, like, really disrespect him and just keep walking and not let it bother me.
That's fair.
Is that allowed?
Absolutely.
Is that allowed? Like,
You absolutely could.
I'm just gonna keep walking and act like I don't feel it because I don't really.
I mean, you feel it. It's just not doing damage.
You know, nah, I'm gonna smack him off my shoulder. I'll smack him off my shoulder. You know, nah, you can ride on my shoulder for a little bit. I'm just not gonna let it bother me because I'm my mindset on bigger things. I'm just
Okay.
here to kill a wolf.
So what about the rest of you?
I'm gonna chase right behind them because this is my first experience of talking animals, and it's pretty fucking cool.
You goes without saying, Christina's also following.
I'm gonna.
Just the
I
look
feel
of
like.
shame.
I feel like me and Fabian are gonna end up being real good friends.
Maybe.
Okay, so I need everybody except for Chelsea to deafen their mics and headphones.
Wait, what are we doing?
So in the Discord,
Mute yourself.
no, not
No.
mute yourself. I need you to deafen,
Oh, so we can't hear. Yeah.
hear or talk. Yep. Okay, so you have been sitting outside of the Red Cap Inn. You were instructed not to go into it because the residents of the Red Cap Inn are very much aware of Rumpelstiltskin and his ways. So, okay, so you're standing at the edge of the woods at the clearing where the Red Cap Inn is, and you've been waiting for a couple hours now for signs of the adventurers that you're supposed to be looking out for. And suddenly you see this person burst through the trees. Looks like a villager of some sort, and he's like cut. He's got cuts and scrapes all over his body. His clothes have been torn, and he runs up and kind of collapses on the stairs of the porch leading up to the Red Cap Inn, and then bursts through the door, screaming for help. What are you gonna do?
So, you said it's a villager?
Yes.
Okay, and he's screaming for help to get in to the Red Cap Inn. And he's badly injured, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. It just started getting a little mechanical towards the end, so I was just making sure I heard everything. Okay. So, I'm under orders not to enter, but I'm looking for the person with the blue magic. So I guess I'm going to make a... do you want perception or arcana to see if this is the person that I'm looking for?
I would say if you're inspecting the villager, do perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that is a 22.
So, you definitely don't think it's this person, but you do know that the person with the blue magic is inside the house already, more than likely.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else I notice about this villager on a 22?
That he looks pretty beaten up, again, super bloody, scratched up. And you know that he came from a village that is, the closest village to the Red Cap Inn currently is about 2 miles south. So that's probably where they came from.
So he's had to travel a ways to get here, and he's pretty hurt. Okay. So Sadie starts thinking that this would be a pretty good alibi for sort of setting up an introduction. This guy's crying out for help at the foot of the Red Cap Inn. So I think what she's going to do is she's going to go over and maybe start doing like a medicine check and definitely but like
villager,
making
the villager has like he collapsed on the stairs and then crawled up them and like burst into the building screaming for help.
Oh,
So
he's in
already,
there.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
already
sorry.
in there.
I thought he was just on the... Oh, he's already in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So I
Never
would
mind. Because
say-
I was gonna say she was gonna like make a big fuss, like we gotta help this man. But yeah, that's not gonna work then.
So I would say with your 22 with perception, you realize that this isn't the person that you're looking for, but you do know that they're based off of the information that Rumpel gave you that this person you're looking for is probably going to be the hero type in wanting to help.
Yeah,
someone.
yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
based off of the condition of the villager, you would
Okay.
probably
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what Sadie's gonna do is she's going to start hoofing it towards that the village that the guy probably came from that's in trouble, because if it's the hero type or a
Right.
group of heroes that she knows that she's looking for, and the guy's in trouble and he just came from trouble, they're probably going to go back to where trouble is, so she's going to go get up in the mix of some trouble.
Okay. So you go ahead and head south towards that small village.
Yep.
Say when you get there, we'll do a quick relapse. You get there with no problem, but as you walk up to, you like follow the road, and you walk up to it, and you just see like towering brambles, thorny brambles that seem to have just sprouted out of the ground and surrounded the village. If you want to do an investigation check.
Yeah, I would love to.
And you can hear like screaming and cries and stuff coming from inside the brambles as well.
Okay. Tight. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, so upon investigating, you realize that you're going to need to get inside if you're going to want to get into the mix-up.
Yeah.
You're pretty small for being a halfling child, so you kind of walk along the edge of the brambles, and you're able to find a hole that's just about small enough where you could get through and not hurt yourself or get scratched.
Yeah, just like army crawl through.
Yeah. So I would say go ahead and make a dexterity just to make sure we don't get scratched.
Okay. Just a dex check.
Yeah.
Okay. Tight. Ba-ba-ba. That is a 7 plus 4. That's only 11.
That's good. You saved the DC.
Okay.
So yeah, so you're able to kind of crawl through.
Okay.
Some of your clothes get tagged, snagged a little bit, but you don't get any scratches. And you find yourself...
Yeah, that's nothing new. Her clothes are a mess.
Yeah. So you find yourself right on the inside of the brambles, behind a house, and you can hear screams, and you see villagers running around, and there's more random like brambles scattered throughout, and you don't quite see all of it, but you see like a red glowing floating figure kind of swoop by chasing after a villager. And that's where we'll leave you.
Okay.
With that. Is everybody else here?
I'm back.
I am.
Yep. I'd say let's yell at AJ, but yeah.
Did he I can't
He was
tell
too
if
busy looking for a gif of a peanut, damn
There
it.
he is.
Hey.
I will
Oh,
come back
yeah,
to the chat
that's
later. I'm not even gonna try reading that right
That's
now.
a good one, bro.
Yo, things are happening in the chat. That's a light.
Okay, so as you guys are kind of sitting there, and the rabbit walks away, and then Sir Fabian jumps on Brick and bites his ear, and Brick just keeps walking, ignoring him. You guys hear from the other room where the rabbit went, someone screaming for help.
I'm gonna start rushing in there with Fabian on my ear. Still, I imagine.
Yeah, but now he's there to try and get to the other room.
And Ben, this would be your chance to hop on my back also.
Yep. I'm gonna actually try to fly onto your back.
Okay, roll a acrobatics. acrobatics.
Alright. What is the modifier? A 10.
So you're able to kind of flutter your wings and get up off the ground, but still, you're still learning, so you can't really get quite high up enough that you'd be able to sit on his shoulders.
Alright. Well, I'll just chase after you, fluttering my wings, my beautiful wings.
William just kind of freezes at the sound of screams.
Okay. Alright, let's see. So, let me see.
Hey guys,
Roll.
I'm gonna be AFK for like 2 seconds. And an unexpected guest come in.
Okay, let's go with Aaron. Go ahead and let's see, I'm trying to find a good one here. Roll a 1d6.
2.
Okay, so you have 2 points of stress right now. Gonna just leave it at that for now. Does everybody else follow Brick into the room?
Yep, I do.
Christina was following Fibian, so I'm sure she was following me too.
Okay. So you guys all follow the sounds of someone yelling for help, and you get to the front doorway where you all had entered the building, and you see a villager standing there. His clothes have been torn and scratched, and he's all bloody, and he's kind of collapsed on the ground, and he's like pulling at the white rabbit. He's like, please help my village. We're under attack, and we can't, please just help us. And he looks at you all sitting there and starts to kind of reach forward. Kind of reach for you guys, like screaming and begging for help.
I guess.
I think we should help. I feel like that's what a good person.
I look at her and I'm kind of like, I grunt and I'm like, yeah, sure. It might be the wolf. Who knows? If it's the wolf, I'm gonna kill him.
This is clearly a man and not a wolf. But
No, the
okay.
person attacking the village.
The villager, he looks at you and he's like, no, wolf. Ghosts, blood, the thorns, the brambles. And then he kind of just collapses and passes out. The white rabbit looks at you and he says, the nearest village from here is just south. That's probably where this band came from. And the hatter walks into the room with a small chest, and he opens it up, and he hands each of you a small red potion. So you all have a single healing potion that you can all individually add to your equipment. And then the white rabbit says, heads out to the village, and if you're willing to help this village, save this village from whatever is attacking them. But I warn you, if it is who I think it is, there will be much danger ahead.
we had a long rest since the last session, right?
Yes, you all have long rested. You're full health, all spell slots, all that.
What's the weight of a healing potion? 1?
Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about it.
You can just
yeah, I
drag
wasn't
it from
sure.
the compendium. Also, you're a big old slab of meat, bud. You don't.
Yeah,
need
I
to
don't think
worry
it
about
matters
weight.
really.
Okay, so are you guys all gonna head out?
Yep.
Ye-
Oh, William did join us? Okay. Because I was going to say, if not, I was going to look around. Say we're
I
not all
had
here.
a speech prepared for Certain if William was just kind of like frozen in fear, or not Certain, Sir Fibian.
Well,
Oh.
he kind of like gained his composure after a little bit, but he would have frozen at the first sign of like someone screaming.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what would you say your guys' like pace? Because it's not too far. It's about a 2-mile hike through the forest. There's a small the rabbit points you to a small trail and says that if you follow the trail, it'll take you straight to the village.
Okay. I'm going to look at Ben and just grab him by his head and put him on my shoulder and be like, you'll just slow us down.
Hell yes. This is all I've ever wanted.
William's hopping on the horse.
Well, fuck us, huh?
How fast can my pig run? Can I run as fast as a horse?
Well, you're dashing.
Dude, that would be wild.
I would say if you guys were to run or like a quick jog, you guys would get there pretty quick.
What if I just like get on all fours and get in like full pig mode?
You could do that too.
Well, I have super long buff legs, so pretty sure I can fucking keep up with all of them. I mean, how do I read this without putting it in the chat? Oh, not like that.
I'm just gonna go full pig mode and get ready to just run after Sir William's horse.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure if Sir William's gonna
Oh,
be
so
riding
my-
that fast to battle, actually. So I'm just
My
gonna get ready to
movement
run.
speed should actually be 40 because of this, right? Instead of 30?
Yep.
William would probably be riding it at whatever pace you guys are running at. He's just not wanting to walk.
Oh, we're hoofing it, bud. We're making it
Okay.
80 feet. I'm making
So
it
if
80
you
feet
guys are gonna
every
full
6
full on sprint, then he'll just ride ahead.
Yeah, I just love running. Super
Okay.
buff legs. It's exciting for me.
So you all head out down the trail, probably about with keeping up your tempo. And I'm not going to take points of exhaustion or anything from you guys, because it's not that far. But eventually, you guys get towards the end of the trail, and what you would expect should be houses and maybe even a gate that opens up to this village. Instead, you find yourselves standing in front of a huge, like 30-foot wall of just thick, thorny brambles. And you can hear shouts and screams, and people screaming for help, and like this shrilly screeching noise coming from inside this huge wall of brambles. What are you gonna do?
William ties the horse off to a tree.
I'm gonna use Firebolt to try and burn the brambles out of our way. Because that's like blocking the town off, right? It's just a wall of brambles.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm gonna do that. And I don't know what the AC of brambles is. I'm assuming it's gonna hit. Can't really dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not so much the AC as much as it's the HP. So yeah, so you are able to kind of, burn a little bit away, but you realize that actually roll a, let's go with a intelligence.
That is a 10 plus 4. So 14.
So you know that if you were to continue just to throw firebolt at it over and over and over and over again, that you're gonna be here for a while because it is burning, but it extinguishes very quickly.
Okay.
So I have a hand axe. Can I try and hack my way through it,
Yes.
or would it be the same?
Nope.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna swing it just for damage because
Okay, so you are able to start making a pretty good sized hole. I need you to roll a dex check.
All right. Oof! I got a nat 1.
Okay,
Oof.
so as you are
Well, it's 3 with my dexterity modifier.
Okay, so as you're whacking away at the brambles and starting to kind of push forward and making your way through, you didn't really make the hole quite big enough to get through unscathed, so you are getting scratched and poked and prodded by all the thorns and stuff from the brambles. But you are
Okay, I'm
getting through.
Alright. So I took damage, I'm guessing.
No, you didn't take damage. You're getting scratched up pretty bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you guys are all
Ben, I'm sorry if you're still on
bottom
my shoulder.
of the map
Probably hopped off and walked behind you.
here. So you guys got a pretty decent sized hole ish. Okay. Real quick, Chelsea, go ahead and place your PC where you want her at.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I cannot stop watching that peanut gif, AJ.
Alright, so we're gonna say TJ, you broke through first. And you step through the brambles and you see villagers running around and screaming, and you see two different types of like these floating creatures. Some of them are red in color, and then some of them are black, but all around you see these brambles that are just slowly sprouting up through the ground, and these villagers that are running around trying to escape these floaty, ghoulish, scary looking creatures that are chasing them. What are you going to do?
So those things are like this, right? Like, oh, it's not letting me. Are they like the orbs that are here in the villagers of the character model?
So these are the things that you see.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna. Do I need to roll initiative yet or no?
Well, are you gonna just like go in and start attacking, or?
Well, I'm just gonna kind of step aside and let everyone through. So let me do that. I'm just gonna kind of step like right over here.
Alright, who's
So
gonna
everyone
step
else
through
can get
next?
I'm gonna stick with my pig buddy.
Oh,
I'll follow up.
Jed, go ahead and do dex save. I would say that you would have had to get off his shoulder when he started
yeah, I
hacking.
hopped off.
Yeah.
But yeah, still do go ahead and do a dex save.
15.
Okay, so you're able to get through the brambles pretty easily without getting caught up.
William's gonna run through whilst hacking away in front of him to try to clear clear out some of the brambles that are closer to him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll Dex with advantage.
$19.
Okay, so yeah, so you're able to make it through with no problem, not getting cut up. Your armor kind of helps block most of that.
I'll go through next. Is this uneven terrain? Is that what this is constituted as? Is like rough terrain?
No.
Well, because my mobile thing, like, just makes rough terrain like null and void.
I wouldn't say it's like rough terrain, like you're trying to travel long distances through something. This is like you're trying to squeeze through a small hole.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, then I'll do my dex. And it is a 6 plus 2, so 8.
Alright, so you still get caught by some of the thorns. Sir Fabian had jumped off your shoulder because it would have been easier for him to get through on his own.
So do I take damage or?
Not damage, you are cut up and stuff. And then I'm not even gonna bother with Jake. You don't have to. I mean, you can still roll Dex.
Yeah, use a robot. You can't bleed.
Right.
Can leak oil though.
Well, I think he works off of magic and gears. I don't know that there's any process.
He leaks magic essence.
What'd you get, Jake?
Jacob? Jacob!
Ah, Jesus. The mic was up this whole time. Oh, God. I've been talking. All right, so I'm going to move through. Unknowingly, I'm going to touch it, just kind of looking at it because I've never seen brambles like this. And I'll cast Chill Touch. It'd be a 7 to hit, but just touching it. It's not like it's really moving. It would do 8 necrotic damage.
Okay, so
what?
So are you doing it like? Alright, let's see.
Just as I'm passing.
Okay.
Really, just want to see.
Roll. So you as you pass through it and you kind of reach out and touch it. The blue magic kind of spreads out from your fingers and touches it, and you see some of the viney brambles kind of disintegrate in on themselves and like fall away. But as you reached out and touched it, you could feel some arcane energy coming from the brambles themselves. Also, roll a D100.
That I will use.
Actually, before you roll the D100, roll a
D20.
Well, first, roll a D20 first.
8.
Okay. So you're good for now. But yeah, so you're, you can feel that energy, and then you kind of walk through. You don't really get, you can't get cut or anything because you don't have skin to be cut with.
Little scratches.
Yeah. Everyone, when you walk through,
Prestidigitation.
Everybody roll initiative.
I got a 10.
11.
Make sure you click your token and then hit the initiative button.
Oh, we're doing it.
Oh, I got
here.
a 21 because I have 2 in initiative.
You want us to roll the initiative in roll 20?
I also got a 21.
Well, you gotta go.
We're
With
rolling
Oh,
in
come
real
on!
You go by
I'm
your
going
dice roll, I think, right? This is just to get us on the
yeah.
tracker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. My dice roll was 10 then.
Hey, 2 nat ones. I'm not actually last.
Or
I'm
my
shook.
initiative is 2. Does that add on to my?
Yeah, so you'd be 12.
Oh, yeah. I
And
got
which one's the
12.
initiative button on your token?
On your
It's on the character sheet.
character sheet, yeah.
Oh, no, I mean like to
So you just click
Just
on your
type it in.
your character token, like on the map,
uh-huh.
and then on your character sheet, click initiative.
She's in the dead center.
There you go. And then if you can roll physical initiative if you'd like.
Oh, I did that and had an 11, but I'll take my 1.
I already fixed mine. Do I roll a separate initiative for Fipian?
I will roll his. Jesus. Okay.
The one I rolled physically is lower if you want me to take that one.
That's up to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to change
I'll be
it, and
I'll
it
be
won't
honest.
change
I'll
it
take
on
the
here.
15.
Okay. What was yours, TJ?
12. I rolled a 10, and my initiative is 2.
Dose.
Okie dokie. So, oh, did I change the wrong one or did it just not go?
Yeah, it's just not.
So you guys walk in and you see these red and black floating. They almost look like wraiths floating around, and they're kind of chasing after villagers. You notice that the villagers are all like cut up and everything. Everyone roll a perception check.
I don't see anything.
Same. That's a nat 1 for me.
Me too.
A 9 plus...
I got a 12.
You got a
9.
21.
What do you add to your perception? Is that your intelligence?
It's wisdom,
It's wisdom.
and it depends if you're proficient.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
I got
So,
a 13 then, because I got a
Yeah.
1 in
So if
wisdom.
we're
I got a big 4, but a natural failure.
yeah, I got a nice hearty 6, but a natural 1.
Who got over a 10?
We did see shit.
You got a 21.
Yo.
Okay, so, Jed, you notice that these wraiths are kind of chasing people so that they kind of have to go through the brambles and get cut by them. And they are, as they like come up on the villagers, they are like touching the scratches of the blood and kind of trying to absorb the blood that they're getting from the villagers. You may
Fun.
do with that information.
Gross.
Kinky.
I also got a 12, so would I see this also?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is Christina's turn.
Alright, so I am going to move in on this first one here. 20. I feel like that should be close enough. And I am going to attempt to do Firebolt, but actually going to be Eldritch Blast. I'm pretty confident that she doesn't know about the Warlock powers yet, I feel like.
Okay.
I don't know.
So do you want to roll like your actual?
Yeah, I'm rolling my physical dice. I was just putting that on there for damage. Then I got the 12 plus. It says plus 6 right there, so would that make it 18 to hit? That doesn't seem that.
No, you have it's a +4, I believe.
Well, under the attack session, it says
Or
plus 6 to hit, and then plus 4
Yeah.
to damage.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it is a +6.
So, an 18.
Okay.
That's a lot to add to hit.
Well, it's your spellcasting modifier is +4, I'm guessing, and your proficiency bonus is 2. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not. This is the first magic person I played, so aside from like paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
So
thing
does
with
it
my
18 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. Let's get that damage, boys. And
Nice.
Alrighty.
Almost max.
yeah. Well, with the +4 to hit, I got a so that was a 7.
So describe your Eldritch Blast.
It's
So
not red at all.
basically, I as I run up, I put my hand out, like I would normally do for a firebolt, but I guess green, like a greenish lightning esque ball just kind of comes flying out instead. So.
Alright, so the ball comes out and it hits the creature, and it like screams and looks at you, and the villager who he had pinned gets a chance to run to there.
Yeah.
And Sir
Save that man's
Fabian
life.
For now.
is just gonna stick by you. Unless you would like him to do something else, but we'll just say that Sir Fabian's just gonna stand there and
Yeah,
hold
he's
the
just
action.
gonna chill.
Okay. He'll have his sword
Sorry,
at the
the
ready.
kids have gone full wild. I'll be back by my next turn.
Okay. Alrighty. So we are gonna do here. This villager. And seeing that. Alrighty. Now it is Sir Sauling's turn. Alright, William's turn.
1 second. So he's gonna rush at the one that seems to be moving in. He's gonna get to there, and he's going to launch a javelin. Alright, he needs to be further away, doesn't he?
Yeah, if you're within 30 feet, it's disadvantage.
Okay, so he's gonna launch javelin from there then at the one that's rushing in.
Okay. Can you do raw rolls? Use
Yep, and he got a 13 to hit.
that hits.
For 7 damage.
Alright. Sadie, go ahead and roll a perception check.
All right. That will be a 13 plus 5, so that's an 18.
So the purpose of you being here, you have found it.
Cool. So then I am gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And I'm going to say, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you guys here to help stop the big spooky guys? Are you guys here to help? Hello?
So
I mean,
you guys see this
it is
small
your turn.
halfling. You guys can still talk real quick because it's the first time you're
Yeah.
meeting her. So you see the small
Yeah,
halfling child.
she's trying to talk to you real quick before so she knows what to do. Are you guys the ones that are here to help? They sent someone to go get help.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, good. I can't do much, but I'll help however I can.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna look at Fibian and be like, is she serious right now? Seems really desperate.
That's rude.
This is a child. She's 11 years old.
Yeah, so you see a small halfling child in a pretty tattered up looking cloak, like run from her hiding spot.
Yeah.
Christina's opinion has not changed. Does not care that it's a child.
Okay.
She was raised a princess. Like, you're not allowed to be desperate. Rule number 1 in a matriarchy.
How long has Christina even been a human for?
Not very long,
like
I don't think.
6 months.
So you probably wouldn't know much about like how old humans are from like looking at them anyway.
And I'm a halfling, so yeah.
I'd imagine
I'm
she
extra
would know,
tiny.
because I mean, her kingdom is in the forest. It's not like you've been in a forest.
And then for my I think just really quick, she's going to yeah, I don't know that there's much she can do. The person she's closest near is Christina and the frog. Her little frog, so she's probably going to look at them and go, "You got a frog on your shoulder? That's cool as heck." And then she's going to give you a bardic inspiration.
Oh yes, we have a bard.
So she's going to be like, "That's so cool." And yeah, you got one. I think it's I only have a
D4?
D.
Or D6?
No, I think it's a D6. Yeah, one. You got a D6.
Alrighty.
So there you go.
Okay. So then, Brick, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna run up here. And then over here. Let me make sure. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then I'm gonna look at the frog. And then I'm gonna rage. And then I'm gonna throw a javelin at the ghost in front of me. I'm just doing that for damage. I'm gonna roll physical. Oh, I got a 9.
A 9?
Yeah, it's a hit.
Including your +5?
No, including the +5, that's a 14.
Yep, so you hit.
Alright. And I hit
What
him
did you
for
throw?
a javelin.
You said javelin. I was gonna make fun of you.
Javelin. My bad. But yeah, I hit him for 9 damage.
Okey-doke. Alright.
Oh wait, actually it's 11 with the +2 from the rage. I forgot to add that.
Okay. Alright. CTPO.
All right, so Will, Let's see, where is it? My flaw is I'm more interested in taking notes on monstrous anatomy than in actually fighting them. So, if I'm scribbling notes in my turn, do we just want to count that as an for movement, like difficult terrain?
Yeah, if you're like trying to move and write notes at the same time, yeah, because
Okay,
you're not
so
really paying attention to the things around you.
I'm just gonna walk up here. It's my full movement, and I'm gonna point at the orange one that William already threw a javelin at. I'm gonna go. What even is this? With my hand extended, and I'm gonna cast Firebolt, and it's gonna scare me.
All right.
So that is for the damage. Thank God. It'll be 22 to hit.
That hits. Are you going for the yellow one or the orange?
The orange,
Okay.
the one that William already javelin flungs. Excuse me. D10 for 3 fire damage.
Okey-doke.
That's all I got. Continue scribbling.
Okay. All right, Jed.
Alright. I'm going to chase after. I'll take buddy.
Don't worry, we're not friends anymore, I guess.
Hey, there's talking animals. I'm way more interested in that shit.
Fine.
And I think I'm gonna cast a poison spray, but instead I'm gonna do a dark bolt. And I don't know if I need to roll this like multiple
good?
times.
What are you doing down here?
Oh shit, how do I?
For Dark Bolt, so they have
So
to
it says-
they have to roll a con save.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there it is.
All right.
Yeah, so it says 3 rays can affect multiple targets, but I think I'm all gonna do it at that guy right in front of me.
All right, so they got a 14.
Well, you're embarrassing me in front of my new pig friend.
So what's the? Is it takes half or they no damage? Did I see the wording for it?
Oh yeah.
Well, if it does 3 rays, does that mean he has to do 3 different con saves or take 6 damage? I'm confused by that.
I'll just read the whole thing. You say it quick and okay, wrong bunch.
You should be able to just click on it from the character sheet and it'll pop it up in the chat.
There it goes. Okay. Each ray does 1d10 cold damage.
Yeah, so he'd have to make the save. If you do all 3 at him, you'd have to make the save 3 times.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and write all 3 at him.
The Constitution save has nothing to do with the damage.
Oh, yeah.
It just hits.
It says a target that was hit by any number of rays must take a successful Constitution save or be unable to use a reaction until the start of its next turn.
Ah. Alright.
So
He needs to make an attack. He needs to make an attack roll for each
Yep.
ray. Oh no, for each target, not each ray.
Or
No,
do the
for each
rest-
target, not each ray. Yeah.
well, he's doing 1 target.
Yeah.
And it's each ray that hits.
Wait,
So-
where do you see it say anything about him having to make an attack roll?
Make a ranged spell attack for each target. That means he needs to make an attack roll, which would be a d20 plus his spell bonus plus his proficiency mod.
Yeah. And it's for each target, not each
Yep.
ray.
And then he would roll an individual d10 for each ray.
Yeah. If he was doing different targets.
Right.
But because they're all going to one
The
person.
language for the rays is each ray that hits does 1d10.
Mhm.
So you'd roll an individual d10 for each ray.
So it'd be 3d10 damage. That's
Mhm.
a good bit of damage.
Yeah.
Is this a spell or a cantrip?
No,
That's
that's
got to
a
be a
spell.
spell. Yeah.
Dude, that would be
Are you-
wild.
are you guys-
So what are your
Yeah.
attack rolls?
down here?
My first one was a 1, which I guess doesn't hit. Then a 4 plus 6, and a 2 plus 6. Not rolling too great, guys.
I think you just had to make the one to hit, and then it was 3 rolls for damage.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, I got a crit 1 on my ranged spell.
So your spell just kind of blasts past him. Doesn't quite hit.
Okay. I was too focused on impressing my new friend.
All right, Christina.
Yeah, I am.
You guys are complete.
I'm gonna step over this way and hit it with another Eldritch Blast because that was pretty dope last time. Get a 2 plus 6, so an 8. Assuming that does not hit.
8? No.
Yeah.
So it misses.
Well, you know.
All right. So Sir
I'm
Fabian
still learning.
is with you.
What does he have for attacks?
He has his sword, the short sword, his light crossbow, and a lance.
A lamp?
Lance. L-A-N-C.
I also heard lamp. Just beating someone with a gas
I was like,
lamp.
yeah, just yeet a
Just
lamp
brain him. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you home in an amber lamps.
at him. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Have that little froggy boy go up and try and lance.
So yeah, I'm gonna go up and I think the lance is okay. Yeah. So you have him go up and attack him.
Yeah.
All right, he gets
Sir Fabian dies.
11, which does miss.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
he
whatever.
tries to kind of stab the lance at him, but he's not. The creature is hovering above the ground and he can't quite reach.
He's very small. I get it.
Alright. So this one. Let's see. It's moving towards here. This one. I'll take an opportunity attack from Sir Fabian. He will again stomp out with his lance. And will hit for... So as this wraith passes him, kind of ignoring him, heading for Christina, Sir Fabian reaches out with his lance. Actually, AJ, go ahead and describe what he does as he hits and takes out this wraith.
I'd like to imagine that as the thing floats away, he puffed up his chest to make himself a little taller, swung with the lance again, and managed to just nick this thing in the heel. You know, it's floating just barely high enough to where he can just hit it in the heel. And then, is this a kill shot?
It is.
Okay, so as this thing gets nicked in the heel, it just hits a main artery and just spurts blood, or whatever the juices are in this thing, all over the place. And then Sir Fabian just kind of brushes it off of his chest plate, because he's not going to let anything mar up his emblem. It's important to him.
Alrighty. And...
It's just a fountain of blood pouring on top of this frog.
But it's also not that much either. But from his perspective, it is just glorious.
I mean, it's enough to kill the thing pretty quickly. I'd imagine hitting an artery is quite a bit of... I don't know if you've ever had a heart get hit, bud. You bleed a lot. A lot.
No, I know.
Alright.
I've had an artery hit twice. It's not a little bit.
What?
As
That was a story for a different time.
As this orange wraith runs up towards Jed and Porquet, William's gonna run up in between them and kind of stiff-arm the orange wraith. And as he touches the orange wraith, He's going to cast Inflict Wounds, which rolls a 15.
That hits.
And it's 3d10 necrotic damage. 1 second, I need to grab another d10. He hits for 18 damage.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm just going to go ahead and describe how that happens because I'm sure it kills him.
Yeah.
He stiff arms the wraith to keep the wraith from getting to the other party members, and a cold magic reaches out from his hands and kind of cracks along the outside of the wraith, similar to what happened to Humpty as he watched Humpty be tortured by the huntsman. It seems as though that trauma has bridged itself into his magic.
That's badass.
Okay.
Me and Tommy hold hands for a second because we're both afraid.
No, I don't.
You go to hold his hand. He's like,
I am a giant pig. I don't hold hands.
Alright,
Boy.
Sadie.
And I'm in a
turn.
rage, so even if you tried, it wouldn't happen. I'm sorry, bud.
On this
I'll get
map, is each square 5 or is each square 10?
5.
Tight. So this gets me within 60 feet of the sort of bronze token, yeah?
Mhm.
Cool. Then I am going to do a first level Dissonant Whispers. And gonna figure out. Yeah, I think that's how I do it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone pushing 60. Okay, so it must react.
Not the sneak attack damage. That's not correct.
That's fine.
So
they have to
forget
make
that
a
3 in the
wisdom
middle.
save.
That's
Yeah.
not right. But it would be 5 psychic damage, and then DC 14 wisdom save.
So they,
And on a failed save, it's got to book it in the opposite direction.
okay, so it does fail. So on a failed save must use reaction to run away. So then, since it's a reaction,
I just want to get it away from other villagers, and I know that other people in our party have also been cut by the brambles,
so
and that's the stuff that it sucks the life out, yeah?
yes, roll a D12, and 1 through 4 it'll go east, 5 through 8 it'll go north, and 9 through 12 it'll go
West.
north.
I got a
or
7.
West, northwest order. Okay, so the second set. So we're gonna say, oh yeah, so we're gonna go north. Oop, that's not. Fortunately, that puts it right in the crosshairs of a villager.
Damn. Well, at least none of y'all are getting dementored or whatever.
Alright, Rick.
It was worth a shot.
I guess with this turn, I'm gonna kind of pick up the gnome and put him on my shoulder, and I'm gonna
Sit down.
I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna dash 60 feet, which would be. I'm just gonna go forward. That would be. Yeah, you know. I'll take that. I'll be right around, like about here.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You're
dash
taking
to
Jed
about
with
there.
you?
Yep, he's on my shoulder.
Okay.
I thought for sure you were gonna say you pick me up and throw me at the wall or something.
Yeet.
Oh, I have a plan for something similar to that.
Oh god.
Alright, so
It's not gonna be.
Hold
TKO.
my
It's
hand.
not. It's not gonna be like throwing you at something that's gonna hurt you per se. I mean, it might, but it's gonna be more of like an attack thing. You'll see.
All right then.
I also have a plan like that for Fibian.
Alright,
This is
so
probably
that is
just
my movement. Alright. Alright. Spells. The things. The magic stuff. And because I still have absolutely no concept of how any of this is going, I will point my hand at the red one on the I guess the lighter red one over on the left. And let me make sure. Yeah, well, it's gonna hit. And I shoot a magic missile instead of a firebolt this time. I don't understand this. It's different every time. It just hits. It does two.
Okie dokie, roll.
And I'm just staring at my metal hand, confused. 11.
Okay, you're good.
I don't understand this.
If that's a magic missile, it has 3 strikes that it does.
That would be
So
6.
6 total then?
It's an individual roll for each one if he wants to do it that way. Because it's 3 separate attacks, they just auto hit.
Oh, so I'll do 2 more. Yeah! 8 total. Much better.
Okay. Cool. Jed.
Okay. So, as I'm getting ready to fly away from Pork, I think he would probably grab me by the foot and pull me back in.
No.
Because I guess he has a plan involving me somehow. So instead,
Oh
I'm just
no,
gonna...
you can do what you want. It's just
Ah.
if you happen to be within range,
Nah,
my plan will happen.
nah, I'm way more excited to see what you got. So I'm just gonna do resistance on you. So just add a d4 to a saving throw.
Okay, weird.
Cool. Christina. So you just watched
Alright.
your frog save you as the wraith had been heading towards you.
Well, I'm gonna come stand over here, give him a pat on the head, and then I'm gonna use, so that's what, like 5-10 feet of movement, and then I'm gonna use the rest to try and get in range. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And you can't be on the brambles.
Ah. No. And what is? How do I check distance?
It's the little
This
ruler
one?
thing.
Here. Yeah, so I can hit. I can hit either then.
Well, so this is a bramble wall. So technically you can't see through it. Like you
Oh.
can kind of see through it, but like
So if I was to say be 1 square over,
yes, then you'd be able to see this gold bronze one.
alright, yeah. Let's do that then. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with an Eldritch Blast. Loose. 6 plus 6, so that would be 12. Oh, that's what I got on here.
So 12.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my inspiration because I forgot that I had that, which is another D6.
I'm just gonna say you hit because you just needed one more to hit.
Okay. Then yeah. So I hit and do 10 damage.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, dude, Eldritch Blast is tough.
All right. And Surfidian, just gonna move up there with you and hold an action. Ready to defend his princess.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Oh wait, can his short bow or crossbow reach from there?
Yeah. You want him to attack with the short bow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and give that guy a little bake. Reach.
Alright. There's light crossbow. That is a hit.
Yeah.
That's 3 damage.
Yeah, you take that.
Alright, so now it's their turn. This one got hit and is pissed. So 5 hit. Coming straight for CTBO.
Oof.
This one also got hit.
You real brave getting in my face like that.
And let's see. Okey-doke. William.
That javelin that I threw, is that with the wraith that I hit, or is it where I hit the wraith at?
I would say it is probably on the ground where you hit it.
Alright, well then I gotta keep moving forward. So, William is going to rush this wraith. And he's going to smack him with the sword. $16 hits, I assume.
Yes.
For 6 damage.
Okay. Alright, Sadie.
Any one of us hurt?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. I'm just seeing what I can do.
If you're a bard, play some sick battle tunes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll just fucking jam out. I think if I can make it, I'll get up in the mix with... No, because I want to head up that way more. Okay, so I'm going to see how far I'm able to travel. I'm so baby. I can only go so far. And Jed, oh, what's your... Yeah, Jed, I'll hit you with a bardic inspiration. Since it looks like you guys are about to get up to some shenanigans, and Sadie's all about that.
I appreciate it.
So Sadie's gonna look at you and be like, "You got wings? What's that all about?" And she's gonna give you she's gonna give you a big thumbs up with like her little gap tooth smile, and she's gonna be like, "I don't know, but I love it." And so you got a D6 of bardic inspiration, and Yeah, I think I'm going to do a I'm gonna do Vicious Mockery, which is a cantrip, and I'm gonna do it on the bronze guy that's up in the mix right in front of all of us.
Okay.
And that is going to be so weird having to navigate this.
How do you mock is the question.
So she kind of like does that little kid thing where they mock you, but in like a really painfully accurate way. They're like, wow,
She calls it
you're
ugly.
just see through, and you just go around. You just go around like eating blood. Like that's the choice. Wow.
Oh my god.
That must be exhausting to be you, because that's not a good. That doesn't look good. That's real
nasty.
yucky. You nasty.
That's
You nasty. 2 psychic damage. Ah!
Yeah. Just like, wow, you eat a lot of blood and it shows.
So
And like somehow I can still see through you.
Aren't you
That's a
just
lot.
feeling dead inside?
Yeah. And it's just a lot of like pointed looks and like, you know, like
Ugh.
So
Weird comments.
that mean what does Vicious Mockery do? Other than damage?
so it's a DC 14 wisdom save. And
I think it's just a saber suck.
yeah, it's a save, or I'll pop the spell in. But oh, it just popped it in again. Awkward. That's not what I meant to do.
There'll be a little chat bubble. Like,
Yeah,
in the
that's what I
comments.
meant
Okay, so he just has
That's what I meant to
disadvantage.
click.
He crit failed, so
Okay, cool.
so
Yeah, they have disadvantage, and they take they have disadvantage on their next attack roll,
That's
and
actually way
they took 2 psychic damage.
Sweet. Okay, so it kind of like you like tease it essentially, like wow, like that's
Yeah, like
those
doing
are
kind of
your
like
life
a
choices, and it kind of just like looks at you, and its eyes kind of get big, and it like screeches as it like touches its
Yeah, because
face.
Sadie's like a preteen, so she's like just figuring out what bitchiness is. So she's kind of exploring
Imagine
that.
when she becomes petty.
Yeah. She's trying to like find that in herself.
The blood wraith is
So
like
she's experimenting.
the blood wraith is like revisiting all of its life's choices in its head.
It's like,
That's a proper mockery.
wow, is this what you thought you'd be when you grow up?
This is what
Wow.
I've become.
All right.
So yeah, it has disadvantage on its next attack roll, which hopefully will help.
All right.
All right.
Brick.
I'm gonna step forward, and I imagine it was gonna attack Fabian on its next turn, and I'm gonna stop it and be like, "This frog's quarrel is with me, and I shall not allow you to touch royalty." And I'm gonna swing my trident. I'm gonna roll physical though. I got an 11 plus 5, so that's a 16.
So that hits.
And I hit him for 10 damage.
He is looking right messed up. His Wraith's just having a real bad day.
Yeah.
Got made fun
Existential
of by a
crisis.
It tried to attack the wrong
He's
person.
You
just
don't run
hungry.
up on a princess like that's. You don't do
It's just rude.
All right.
Yeah, like
CTPO.
on top of it, running up on a princess and trying to
Rude.
attack my
Yeah.
essential. I'm gonna say Amphibian's my rival at this point.
that. Two
There's going to be a
toughest
whole
members of the group.
a whole enemies to lovers arc.
If you're a fan artist out there, please get on drawing that.
You can cut the tension with a knife.
A Midoriya Bakugo type thing.
Yeah. Clutch.
All right. So I'm maneuvered, so I wouldn't have to worry about hitting Will I Am. And I'm gonna cast Firebolt. Hopefully, this time. I don't know. Don't know how we're gonna figure this out.
So
But
is your thing just like wild magic?
I don't understand magic yet. I've had it for 24 hours, so I have no idea what the hell's
Okay.
happening.
Yeah.
Just I don't understand.
Fair
And yes,
enough.
there is wild magic that goes along with it. But let's just say Firebolt did get cast this time. It's 15 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. So do 10. 10! So
I don't wanna jinx us, but I wanna say we're doing fairly well right now.
And a terrestrial.
Too late for that.
And then the ground shakes.
That was like
So-
saying, I don't want to smack you, but slap.
so
Well, I mean,
10 damage.
I feel
Yep.
like something
Alright.
is gonna happen anyways. So it's
And 5, 20, 25, 30.
like
I'll move up
I
here.
can't be the only one that's
And
thinking
finish
this
out.
Too.
All right.
I'm gonna stop.
Ancient brass dragon.
Jed, your turn.
No! Not again!
I'm gonna go ahead and run right over here. And there's a whole lot of people around.
Oh man, this thing is fucking trapped in.
Just gonna go ahead and whip out the dagger and
You can roll with
roll.
advantage.
Give him a pokey poke.
A 13 plus 4, so 17.
Did you roll with
And
advantage?
a 5 plus 4, so 9.
So 17 hits. And hit your damage.
Oh, yeah.
Four.
Damn. Oh, yeah.
That's the goal. All right.
Well, didn't you roll your damage and get a 9?
No, that was he had.
Oh, no, that was
advantage
my
on
second
a
roll.
He had advantage, so.
All right. Describe how.
Nothing crazy in killing it, but as it falls to the ground, I wink at the buff witch.
Who's gonna tip her hat?
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna give you that little like over the brim like. Thank
The seeds have been planted.
Well
you. My fairy.
done.
And we are gonna pause here for a moment and
Because I need to get out of this.
go
dress.
ahead and close this out for now. So all our viewers and listeners, we will be posting these episodes back to back. So please check out the next episode for the second session. Or,
We'll be out in
session number 2.
Could be tomorrow, could be 2 weeks from now. Who knows?
All right. Well, we will be back shortly.